Shalom, shalom. This is the Bread and Wine Podcast. Once again, this is the Bread and Wine Podcast. With one of your hosts, Yahuka said, and to my right, your left is...
Netsar Yahoo. I'm just joking, it's Caleb.
Do it again. Caleb Ben Yasharov, Yahuka said, shalom, shalom to y'all. Like I said, this is the Bread and Wine Podcast, just like a pimp named Slickback, just like a Tribe Called Quest. You have got to say the entire thing, the Bread and Wine Podcast. So, today. Man, Caleb, what we talk about today?
It's like for those of you who are not familiar with what we do, we have periodic times where we talk about random topics, things that are just going on in the world, conversations that we have, and we call it Let's Talk About It. So we're gonna have a Let's Talk About It today.
So which ones do we do the wine tasting on?
Those are like smaller episodes.
Ones,
those are like 30-minute,
episodes.
15-minute episodes.
Copy that.
Yeah, this is gonna be full length. We're just gonna be talking. So, what has happened recently?
We got something packed for y'all.
So on those of you who know me, on my non-business social medias, Facebook and Instagram is basically all I really use.
Y'all don't know me.
He's on TikTok.
Mm-hmm.
I got sent this video about 10 million times.
It won't that much.
You get the point.
It was
a lot.
It was like 3.
It was definitely more than 3. It was a lot.
It was like 5.
It was more than 5. It was a lot.
It was like 7.
Stop it. So
10.
A social media comedian named
Druski.
That guy.
Yeah.
He made a skit in which he was, if we're going to be very direct, he was making fun of IUIC. But a lot of Israelites have feelings about it, including Israelites that are not in IUIC and Israelites who criticize camps themselves. But some people really want to know my opinion. Now, I said on Facebook, y'all ain't going to like my opinion. But people kept asking. So
Here it is.
But, of course, we have people who watch our videos who are older, who probably don't know who Druski is, probably don't care. We're still going to talk about it just because it is something that a lot of people are talking about. And I think even though they won't care about the skit, they'll care about our opinion. Also, just because, again, I am starting to become more known in outside of the Hebrew circle, there are people who might just be interested in my opinion on it, just because they know that I am associated with Hebrews and Hebrew Israelite belief and things like that, even though I don't believe pretty much anything that people in camps believe outside of a handful of things. So they might still be curious about my opinion. So what we're going to do something a little different. We're going to do what's called a reaction. What's going to happen is we're going to watch the video here. So if you've seen it already, cool. If you haven't, you can watch it here. I think he does cuss a little bit. Does he cuss? Because Druski does cuss. But does he cuss in that one?
He might not.
Well, the Hebrew Israelites cuss. So what am I talking about? So
well, I would say, I wouldn't say cuss. I would say use profanity.
He cusses. So there may or may not be some cussing. Depending on how it is, we may or may not cut it out. If it's, some stuff that you've heard on the podcast itself, we're not cutting it out. But if it's some extreme stuff, we might cut it out. But yeah, we're going to go ahead and watch the video, and y'all are going to watch it with us. And then we'll state. Now, I've already seen it. Have you seen it?
I got it recorded. I've seen it.
Okay, so yeah. We'll go ahead. That's crazy because we didn't decide to do this until today. So I don't know why you got to record it. But
I sent it out to people.
Okay.
To ask what they thought.
Okay.
I'll tell you I'll tell you the question that I asked.
Let's table it. Let's just table it.
I got you. I'm just
okay.
Just,
all right, go ahead.
I'm going to ask the question after.
That works.
Right? Because that's what I did.
Okay.
All right. So here we go.
All right.
Once upon a time, not long ago, with people. Anyway.
Black man. That's right. 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 Receive this word, white man. That's right. That's right. That's right. You celebrate Christmas, don't you, brother? Yes, you do. That is a white holiday. White holiday. Black is power. Black is power. Black is power. That's right. That's right. That's right. That's right. Black is power. Black is power. Oh man. Brother, can I speak to you, please, man? Lost another one. Do you feel as this is right?
Yeah, this is my girl, bro.
Boys, you need to come join us, bro. That's right. You need to come join us. That's right. That's right.
We are not equal.
We are. That's right. Our ancestors did not live for this. That's right. Poison. 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 You will not stop our brothers or sisters from the Constitution. That's right. That's right. I'd rather be in the cell than to be in hell. That's right. Free man. Free man. Free man. Free man. Free man. Free man. That's right. John and Lorinda, chapter 16. That's right. A white man will beneath, emancipated souls. That's right. That's right.
How can I help you, sir?
I do not need help. I will assist myself. What form of payment for this, please?
Whatever is easy for you.
Is it because my skin is black?
We out here bringing our people back to the law, statutes, and commandments, man. We do not follow rules made by white men. Damn, we do not follow rules made by white men. You are not a sister, and you will not proceed to be a sister.
I'm sorry.
That's right. That's right. That's right. That's right. That's right. That's right. Who is your master? Who is your master? What y'all doing after that? Is that the party or something? What's your name in Baptist?
Barley.
Bullshit. Why you thinking hell?
That's Lisa.
Black man. Black man.
That's it. All right. So, go ahead and ask your question.
My question was, is this an example of profaning my name among the nations?
Yes. That was my initial thought when I first saw it. That was my initial thought.
We hit.
That was my initial thought. That was my initial thought. But not for the reasons most people would think.
Okay, explain that.
So, first of all, it's a joke.
I get it.
It's a joke. So, I don't have an issue laughing at myself. I don't have an issue laughing at other people. I don't have an issue with people laughing at me, depending on the context. Now, if you're just being cruel and just straight up making fun of me just to demean me, that's one thing. But to exaggerate things I do and kind of poke fun at me a little bit, that's fine. I don't necessarily have an issue with that. And when I looked at the skit, I was like, he's really exaggerating how, let's say, IUIC and everybody else acts. So from that perspective, I wasn't offended. I wouldn't be offended anyway because I feel like he's not making fun of me. The thing that got me was a lot of the men in that skit, keep in mind, all of them are actors. Mm-hmm. But how did they know to get that shirt?
That's the thing.
How did they know? And do they know what that shirt means? So
that's what I saw.
Even though everything else I don't have a problem with, as soon as I saw the shirt, I said,
"That's what I saw." That's what I saw.
And that's the one thing I have a problem with is the shirt.
That's what I saw.
Everything else, I'm like, yeah, they got them down packed. That's how they act. But I know for a fact Druski didn't get it. I know for the fact his actors don't get it. Those 4 letters and those consonants, if you go to the Dead Sea Scrolls, they were literally writing stuff in what we call modern Hebrew, and some of the Greek texts they were writing it, and as soon as it got to the name of the Father, they put that there because they thought it was too, to use a lack of a better word, holy.
Too sacred
to do something else.
Set apart.
So now people are doing it as a joke, but they're not doing it to make fun of him. They're doing it to make fun of the people.
But don't the people carry his name?
But the people carry his name. So that's why I'm like,
You profaning my name amongst the nations.
Everything else, I didn't have a problem with it, but that part was the part that had me like,
Everything could have been straight if y'all.
yeah.
Everything could have been made a joke, but as soon as
that shirt came up,
as soon as that shirt came up with Yahuwah's name up there
That
with
was
the
it.
fringes, I said, "Oh no!"
yeah, that was it.
The initial thought, profaning my name amongst the nations.
That was my initial thought.
Because of all of what y'all are doing, you have made a mockery. You're being made a mockery. Here's the ironic aspect of this, right?
There's a whole bunch of ironic parts, but go ahead.
I said they. Some of our, let's just say, fellow Israelites, right, will say we even made a mockery because of Deuteronomy 28, because we're not keeping the commandments, right? We're not keeping the commandments. So therefore, we've been making a mockery among the nations, a sign and a wonder among the nations, right? It's a sign forever. But you can get, basically, we going under these curses. We under the curses. We under the curses. We under the curses. We under the curses, right? So then, these same exact people that are saying that, going out here, telling people to keep the commandments, keep the commandments, keep the commandments in the most boisterous way, right? And now I understand some people have come in that way.
I get you.
I get it, but
I
I'm
get
just
it.
saying in terms of what's being presented and what the joke is about. The joke is about them. They're being made a laughing stock.
They're making themselves a lacking stock.
Yeah, they are. They're making themselves a laughing stock because they have given individuals content to do that. But they're saying we're keeping the commandments. Well, hold on. If you're keeping the commandments, why are you being made a laughing stock? Why are you being made a mockery? If you are keeping the commandments, according to what Deuteronomy 28 says.
Because Deuteronomy 28 says that you're going to be a mockery for not keeping the commandments. So if you are, why are you still being made a mockery of?
Can somebody explain that, please?
So,
But hold on, I'm not done.
oh, go ahead.
Then on top of that, y'all stamp Yahuwah's name up there. You stamp his name up there. You are carrying his name. You got it right here across your chest. Now here comes Druski, ignorant of all this stuff. He just making content, just trying to be popular, even more popular than he is. First he got on the rednecks. He went from one extreme to the next. See the irony and the mockery in this. Anyway, so y'all throwing Yahuwah's name up there, he's saying this, throwing it up there. Now some Israelites are saying, man, I don't care as long as people coming back to the commandments. As long as they coming back to the commandments, this gonna help people go start questioning. Hey, who was Druski actually talking about? You know what? They may question it, but not for a good reason. But that's all I'm saying.
Who is saying that?
Israelites. Israelites.
Let me be nice. Let me be kind.
One West doctrine Israelites.
I don't have conversations with a lot of One West doctrine Israelites.
I do.
I know. That's your problem.
You're right, it is.
I don't have a lot of contact with One West Israelites. Most One West Israelites don't like me, and I'm not gonna say I don't like them, but I don't have the patience anymore. So the first problem is it does matter how people, we've had this conversation. This is like the first one we had in recording. It matters how people come in. Mm-hmm. That really matters. It also matters how we present ourselves. Even if nobody ever comes in to the faith through you, you still represent the Most High. Mm-hmm. So how you carry yourself is a direct reflection of him. So you have to be cognizant of that. When it says that when man was created in the image of Elohim, mankind as a whole has messed that up. Mm-hmm. But Israel is supposed to essentially take that back up. right? The rest of mankind, they do what they do, but Israel's supposed to take that part back up and continue walking in that. So if that's what you're supposed to be, you're supposed to be the image of Yah. You're supposed to be the ambassador of Mashiach, right? Mm-hmm. Your actions represent him.
Expressed image.
Right? So, I mean, same thing with like employees. Why do you think employers will fire employees for doing stuff on their day off? If you post something crazy on social media, they'll fire you.
On your day off.
On your day off.
You getting fired
like Craig.
Yeah.
Right?
How you get fired on your day off?
And the reason why is because you are essentially representing that company. Mm-hmm. And that company looks bad by you working there. Same thing. A lot of the times, a lot of people don't understand when the Most High disciplines people. Sometimes he says, I have to do it for my name or for my sake. He's not saying, well, I got to do it because it makes me feel good or whatever. He's saying, if I don't discipline you, then people are going to think that I am everything you represent. Everything you're doing, people are going to think that is me.
For my name's
So
sake.
I got to discipline you crazy. I got to be extremely tough on you so that way people can, so not only people as in human beings, the other beings, the heavenly beings that are rebelling, they gotta also see that he's not going to tolerate that he's not that type of person, so to speak. So we have to be cognizant of how we portray ourselves, even if people around us are not going to convert. We still have to have a certain type of decorum and act a certain way because we represent him. So
hold on, I got
another ironic point, but I'll let you say what you got to say.
Ezekiel 36, 22.
Oh, I had 20 through 23 pulled up, but go ahead.
Yeah, 20 through 23.
Yeah.
I'm gonna start at 19.
All right.
So Ezekiel 36, 19. And I scattered them among the nations, and they were dispersed throughout the lands. I have judged them according to their ways and their deeds. And when they came to the nations, wherever they went, they profaned my set-apart name, for it was said to them, these are the people of Yahuwah, and yet they have gone out of his land. But I had compassion on my set-apart name, which the house of Israel has profaned among the nations wherever they went. Therefore, say to the house of Israel, Yashar'al, Yisrael, Yasharallah, however you want to say it. Thus says the Master Yahuwah, I do not do this for your sake, O house of Israel, but for my name's sake, my set-apart name's sake, which you have profaned or dishonored among the nations wherever you went. I shall set apart my great name, which has been profaned among the nations, which you have profaned in their midst. And the nations will know that I am Yahuwah, declares the Master Yahuwah, when I am set apart in you before their eyes.
Now, to be context, this verse is actually talking about him gathering Israel.
Yeah, the verse it says he's going to gather them from.
It's talking about gathering, but within that, because I actually wasn't talking about that verse specifically, I was going to bring that up just for the profaning the name part. Mm-hmm. But there are other verses where he talks about disciplining for his name. And then also same thing with gathering, because he is that also is part of his character as well. He said that he was going to do the covenant, so he has to keep that as well. And if he just disregards his people who he made a covenant with, that also would make him look a certain way. So again, all of that, it goes together. I want to talk about my irony now, but mine is different because mine's within the community itself.
What are you talking about?
The irony that I see in this.
Oh, well, go ahead.
So the irony I see in this, and this is not the first time I've seen this, but I think this is one of the strongest cases. It's odd to me how non-One West Israelites criticize One West camps so strongly, but as soon as other people criticize the One West camps, all of a sudden, for the same things non-One West camp Israelites criticize them for, the exact same things, all of a sudden, the critique on the One West camps is a critique on all Israel. And they're going to get in trouble for mocking Elohim's people, but they're not mocking Elohim's people technically. They're mocking these One West camps who You and another Israelite agree that these people are not acting like his people. They're doing things wrong. Some of you also, like myself, would say they are in sin with some of the things they do and some of the ways they preach it. And especially once you learn how a lot of these camps actually operate behind closed doors, and some of them, some things happen behind closed doors. But then all of a sudden, once somebody else criticizes them the same way you do, because if I'm not mistaken, the term super brew started within the community. Mm-hmm. Saying they dress like Power Rangers, that started within the community. That wasn't outside. That was us that started talking about them like that. There's other criticisms that we give. Why is Druski's sketch about them an attack on all of us? That's what I'm saying when I'm like, I'm not offended because it's not an attack on me. I'm not in IUIC. I'm not a One West Camp member. I don't see it as an attack on me. Now, if I'm talking to non-Israelites, let's say somebody from a Hebrew Roots group invited us on a podcast and they wanted me to criticize One West, I wouldn't do it as harshly as I do on this podcast, because in this podcast, I mostly see myself talking to other Israelites. So that's more like an in-house issue. So I wouldn't do some of the criticisms outside the house, if that makes sense. But if somebody outside the house gives the same criticisms that I'm already giving you, I'm not going to be like, oh, well, let me defend. You're not attacking me. You're attacking them, right? I've heard a lot of Israelites in the community say the same things, act the same ways. We will see videos up of certain things and send them to each other saying these One West camps. Druski does the same thing. It's a problem. And he's not even the first one to make fun of us. He's just the most popular. I shouldn't say us, because again, he didn't make fun of me. But Israelites in general, the way Hebrew Israelites, the black Hebrew Israelites, the One Westers act, he's not the first person to do it. He's just the biggest one. So I'm trying to understand.
Yeah, there was another guy that was on TikTok that did this.
Yeah.
But yeah, Druski just made it, I guess.
He's just the biggest one who's done it.
Yeah.
So I'm just trying to understand why so many of y'all are like, he's attacking Elohim's people, or God's people, y'all say. He's attacking God's people, he's talking about Elohim's people, and he's going to be judged. He's mocking us and all this other. Y'all do it. Y'all mock him. Like,
I thought he was going somewhere else with this, but
yeah. Y'all mock him. So what's the difference?
Just turn the tables.
Like, what? I don't understand the difference. And y'all saying that I bet he wouldn't do it to the Jewish people. Okay, cool, fine. What is he going to make fun of with the Jewish people? What is there to make fun of, really? What really is there to make fun of? Other than being rich? What else are we going to make fun of? And they all ain't rich.
They all ain't rich.
They all ain't rich. You going to make fun of the accent?
Nah.
I mean, what, bagels? Like, what are we going to make fun of for real?
I don't know.
I'm saying
I can't really think of anything right now.
Yeah, for content creators, for comedians, people who study comedy, who do comedy, in order for them to create something and make fun of something, there has to be something that is already crazy that they can exaggerate.
But that's the thing.
There already has to be something crazy.
He didn't exaggerate nothing.
He really didn't exaggerate.
He didn't exaggerate nothing.
The only thing he exaggerated was how much they say that's right. That's about it. And some of the stuff he even said is not even stuff Israelites would say. It's just some basic Black Power stuff.
It was Black Power.
Some of it was just straight Black Power. It wasn't even really stuff that they would say.
You had the one guy that said, keep the commandments.
Keep the law, statutes, and commandments, which was Druski himself. That's it.
I don't even think Druski said that. I think it was the other guy that said
Oh, I don't know. I thought it was Druski, but that's about it.
think it was Druski.
He didn't make fun of, he didn't do anything different than a lot of Israelites who already don't like camps would do and would say. What y'all mad for? The people in One West camps, I get it. I get why y'all mad. Outside the One West camps, and okay, then again, some people are outside of One West camps, they have One West doctrine. Okay, I'm talking about the ones that don't have One West doctrine, that don't like the One West camps, that already make fun of them already. What are y'all mad about? Y'all doing the same thing.
I'm mad at the fact that they profaning Yahuwah's name.
That's different.
Oh, okay.
We already agree on the name part.
Yeah.
I haven't heard anybody who complained about this talk about the name. They only talking about us. And nobody's talking about the Father.
Where your heart at?
Good question.
Well,
I told y'all weren't gonna like my opinion. I told you. I told you.
Oh man, that was rough.
Yeah, I mean, welcome to my mind.
Oh yeah.
Now y'all see why people don't like me sometimes.
Welcome to Bread and Wine.
Buy my game. Yeah, we're gonna get some hate videos. It's all right.
Oh man. Oh man.
Yeah, they're gonna talk about my teeth. Yeah, it's all right.
I don't think they can see your teeth.
Nah, they can't see my teeth.
That's what I'm saying.
They're gonna talk about my forehead.
What's son talking about?
They're gonna talk about me being bald headed.
What is he talking about?
My beard patchy.
They can't even see none of that,
Yeah.
bro.
they're gonna make stuff up. Say I'm overweight. They're gonna be making stuff up.
You was overweight in that daggone Facebook.
Man. Now that Facebook post was crazy.
The before and after joke.
That Facebook post was crazy. They turned me into a whole different person. A whole different person.
Mine? You see mine?
Yeah, you the same person. Didn't change at all. I'm like, AI didn't do nothing to this dude. Just copy and paste this picture. It gave up on me. It made me a whole different person.
So
bigger nose, different skin complexion, different eyes, cheeks different, fat, dark skin,
yo,
big beard. Like
that joke was hilarious, yo. Oh,
I look like Faison Love light.
yo. All right, okay.
So that was the first segment here. Just final takes. I'm not offended by Druski's skit.
Okay.
But I don't like the fact that it lets us know that how people see Yahuwah's name. Mm-hmm. I don't like that. That if people who are not in this walk don't understand the seriousness of it, it can be profane because of how people can perceive it. I don't like that. And that's what that lets me know.
Correct.
But the skit itself, I don't have an issue with. I
don't even think IUIC even bears Yahuwah's name.
They don't. But you know who does? ISUPK.
They do. They put Yahuwah's name on their stuff.
So again, he's making fun of IUIC, but like I said, he blended a lot of stuff together. Because again, he even said stuff that IUIC wouldn't say some of that Black Power stuff, but ISUPK would.
They would.
So he basically blended them together. But here's the other thing: if you look at his actual official post, he never said Hebrew Israelites. He said spiritual dudes. He said spiritual brothers.
Spiritual brothers.
So again, that's telling you how we're perceived. And I keep saying we, but for those of us that are non-camp Israelites, non-One West Israelites, if we are simply being associated with Israelites, we're still being perceived that way, even though we don't agree. Mm-hmm. So, yeah, I think that reveals how people see us. And I think that's what people need to be paying more attention to, as opposed to the fact that a skit got made. It's just the skit is just humor. It's comedy. It is what it is. I didn't think it was that funny just because I don't think Druski's funny like that. But it's a skit. It's humor. It is what it is. You know, it's a joke.
I mean, to some people, it was hilarious because when he was doing that daggone redneck joint, you didn't see that one, did you?
I saw a little bit of it. Like I said, I just don't think Druski's that funny. And again, it's nothing. He's funny sometimes.
Yeah, he's funny sometimes.
But he's not like absolutely hilarious to me.
He's funny when he be doing these skits.
He's funny when he was with Dr. Umar.
Oh, he pulled the Dr. Umar joint too when he was talking to it was at the counter. He's like,
"Oh yeah, that was a Dr. Umar thing.
What form of method is this?"
That was a Dr. Umar.
That was a Dr. Umar. Spiritual dudes, right? So yeah, he did blend, a couple of let's just say extremists there, because people will consider Dr. Umar a little extreme.
He's very extreme.
Right.
I would put these brothers to sleep for good. I ain't even heard a Hebrew Israelite say that one. I ain't even heard a Hebrew say that one. He's extreme.
Yeah, he's extreme.
But he's the most unintentionally funny man alive.
He is, though. We must stay focused, brothers.
We must stay focused.
Stay focused.
Yeah.
Oh man! All right. So speaking of focus,
part 2. You're not gonna give your final thoughts before we move to part 2?
Okay. I kind of already given my thoughts.
All right, part 2.
Yeah. Yeah, I kind of said how I felt that I was holding that in.
Okay,
So yeah, I got it out. I feel much
Good.
better.
good.
I don't have gas anymore.
Part 2.
But anyway, part 2. How should I start this off?
You're having a conversation. Started out the way you always do.
I had a conversation the other day.
Told you.
With a new group that I have not had a conversation with before, and I learned some things. The Book of Mormon. The Book of Mormon. Now, we were in 1 Nephi 1.
These names, boy.
Nephi, right? So apparently in 1 Nephi 1, Nephi is the son of Lehi, who apparently was a prophet during the first year of King Zedekiah, which is the king that Jeremiah spoke to. The first year of King Zedekiah said that there were prophets who were proclaiming that if they didn't repent, that Jerusalem was going to be destroyed. And Lehi was one of these prophets. And it was stated that Lehi was instructed by the Most High, in terms of what it says. I ain't going to put, anyway, that he was instructed to leave Jerusalem because, for one, they were trying to kill him. The people there was trying to kill him. And 2, because of the destruction that was coming upon the land. So they ended up leaving and traveling through the wilderness near the Red Sea. And then it said that Nephi, which is Lehi's son, I think after a 3 days journey, had to go back to Jerusalem to go get some bronze tablets, right? I guess that's where some aspects of the Torah was written on. I don't know. He had to get some bronze tablets, and then long story short, he came back. And they built a boat, and they traveled down the Red Sea, past the Horn of Africa, down towards the bottom of South Africa, came up the west coast of Africa, and then traveled somewhere in the Americas. Don't know if it was North America or South America, but somewhere in the Americas, right? I think Brigham Young University, which is a Mormon university. I guess they have like a certain like description of the land of Nephi might actually be in South America. But in terms of, depending on who you talk to for the most part, but the people I talked to, they were saying that the Native Americans are Israelites, right? So sounds familiar in terms of, if you're looking at the 12 tribes chart and like that, they'll say, hey, the Native Americans are Israelites. Well, in terms of what the Book of Mormon discusses those are the followers of the Book of Mormon. They're saying that the Native Americans or Indians are Israelites. But once again, they don't know if Lehi and all of them landed in South America or North America. So that was one thing.
Okay. What part should we talk about first?
All right. So this is my thing now. Y'all can correct me if I'm wrong. Most likely Caleb's going to correct me.
Absolutely.
My issue is that when it says that Lehi was one of the prophets during this time of King Zedekiah's first year, now it does tell us in Chronicles and in Kings that Zedekiah reigned when he was 20. He started reigning when he was 21 years old, and he reigned for 11 years. And I think the 9th year is when Jeremiah popped up on the scene. I think so. I have to double check that. But long story short, it says that there were prophets there proclaiming that they needed to repent. Now, in the Tanakh, it doesn't tell us that. The Tanakh doesn't give us any information about what happened during the first year of King Zedekiah's reign. But it does tell us that there were prophets there. There were prophets there, but they were false prophets during his time, because Jeremiah was the only true prophet during his time that was going against these false prophets. So yeah, on that, I'm like, red flag, red flag, red flag. Go ahead, Caleb, with your correction.
Okay, it's not necessarily a correction.
He says I can't argue from silence.
I can't. That's an argument from silence. So
What does that even mean?
basically, you're arguing that because something is not there, that certain information is not present, that whatever somebody is saying is impossible. So an example of that, outside of the Bible or even inside the Bible, is when people try to prove Moses didn't exist. Mm-hmm. So they say because we have never found Moses's bones, he didn't exist. That's an argument from silence. Just because you can't find where he was buried doesn't mean he didn't exist. Mm-hmm. See what I'm saying? So the reason why I'm saying it's an argument from silence is because Jeremiah started his ministry or his prophecy in the 9th year of that king.
I think so. I gotta find it.
Yeah. And according to what you're saying, the book of Nephi said it's in the 1st year, right? Mm-hmm. So that means Jeremiah's time started in the 9th year. In the 1st year, it is very possible. I'm not saying the Book of Mormon is correct. I'm just saying it's possible. There were prophets who might have said something about repentance who were not false prophets in that 1st year, and the Tanakh just doesn't record them. It's a possibility. Am I saying that it's a definite? No. Am I saying I believe that? No. But I'm saying that if you're going to have that discussion and you're going to have that as an argument, I would not use the fact that the Tanakh doesn't say that to say that the Book of Mormon is wrong. What I would do, this is how I would go about it. Again, not saying you got to do it, and I'm not correcting. I'm just saying this is how I would go about it.
I'm probably not going to do it the way you said it.
That's fine.
But I'll listen, though.
Yeah, so I don't understand the point, but it's good content. So what I would do, I would instead bring out the fact that the Tanakh doesn't say that. And since they're saying that the Book of Mormon does say that, I would need them to prove that the Book of Mormon is correct.
They're gonna say because it says it right there.
Yeah, no, that's not good enough, right?
You're arguing from silence.
No, I'm not arguing from silence. Because I'm not arguing at all. What I'm doing is saying, your book says this, the original one says this. Now, we all agree that the original is true, but you're trying to prove that this other book is true. So since this other book is recording something that this one does not, I need you to prove that that's true. So you're trying to argue that because it's not there, it's false. I'm saying I'm not arguing anything. I need you to make a proof. So you're the one presenting the information. I'm putting the burden of proof on you to prove it. Mm-hmm. And saying, well, it's in the book, that's not good enough because I don't trust your book. I need you to prove your book is trustworthy. Mm-hmm. That's how I would go about it.
Okay.
But he already said he's not going to listen to me. So
I respect that. I respect that. So basically, put the burden of proof back to them to say, hey, the burden of proof is on you to prove that this actually happened.
That actually happened because we don't have it recorded.
Yeah. So we don't have it recorded in the Tanakh, right? So the burden of proof is on you. I still feel like they're gonna say, well, it's recorded right here. But anyway,
they probably will. Yeah. But that's not a good argument. Now the issue is they're the ones making a bad argument. As opposed to you making a bad argument. Mm-hmm. And a bad argument doesn't mean you're wrong. It just means the way you framed it has some logical holes. Mm-hmm. Right? So if you're trying to prove, hey, I don't trust your book, I need you to prove that your book is true. You're saying your book says this, and we both agree on this other source is not recording it. How can you prove that your book is recording the right information even though it's not in this one? Well, it says it right here. I don't trust your book. Mm-hmm. The whole thing I'm trying to do is get you to prove your book trustworthy. So simply showing me that your book says it is not good enough. You have to prove it outside of your book. That's how atheists get Christians all the time.
Interesting.
Yeah.
So that was one conversation. I had another one.
I want to add when I say atheists get Christians like that all the time, a lot of times the Christians they're talking to either don't know how to argue that, or they don't know that a lot of times the stuff the atheists are asking them about actually does have information outside the Bible, and a lot of times, sometimes the atheist doesn't know either. But yeah.
So the second conversation. Okay, so the second conversation came about because once I had did that whole entire thing with the one Nephi, they were saying that Nephi was a descendant of Joseph. So then we were asking, well, what tribe does he come from? Because you're just saying he's a descendant of Joseph. Joseph had 2 sons, right? But what tribe? Is it Ephraim or is it Manasseh? We know that Joseph is associated with Ephraim, but then Manasseh is his own tribe as well. So, long story short, these individuals were saying, I don't know. They're either Ephraim or Manasseh, So I was like, okay. So I went to go do some research on it. And doing research, I ended up finding this other book. This other book in the Book of Mormon, which is called Alma.
Pause. What does Alma mean in Hebrew?
Virgin.
It means a young unmarried woman.
Virgin.
It's the book of the young unmarried woman.
Virgin.
Not even just book of a young unmarried woman.
Book of Virgin.
Book of Virgin.
Book of Virgin.
Continue.
Anyway, so I got to Book of Virgin 10:3, and you know what? I'm gonna read it. I am going to read it. You guys are in for a treat. You might not have got one before, but you're in for one now.
Before we read it, I want to make a point very clear.
Make the point very clear.
I said this when we were talking in private. I try not to make fun of people's beliefs.
I understand that.
Everybody's beliefs is crazy to somebody. That includes ours.
Yep.
So I try not to make fun of it. But the issue that I have with the Book of Mormon and why it's hard for me not to laugh is because you can tell that the Book of Mormon is written by somebody who doesn't know the Bible, but tries to sound like
they know the Bible.
Do. So it makes it funny to me. It's almost like when you talk to somebody who, if you are of a particular culture and somebody tries to come in acting like they're part of the culture and they know the culture and they clearly don't know anything about it, and it's kind of funny how bad they're messing stuff up. That's why the Book of Mormon is funny to me, because you can tell that the person who wrote it didn't know the Bible.
Is that Stuck on Mount Stupid?
It's a form of it, yes.
Good gosh. Y'all remember Stuck on Mount Stupid?
It's a form of it, yes. Stuck on Mount Stupid. And
Stuck on Mount Stupid.
He never hit the Valley of Despair because he started a religious movement, so people followed him.
Well, that Valley of Despair is going to be a different type of valley.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Go ahead.
So this is... Now, I'm reading this from the churchofjesuschrist.org, which is the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints.
Is this the official website?
This is the...
It don't get no more official than that.
This is the official website. You can't see it, but churchofjesuschrist.org. All right. This is Alma 10. This is what it says. I'm going to read from verses 1 to 3. Read verses 1 to 3. Now, for every chapter, there's like a preface. I guess to tell you like what's going on, or like to set the scene or something like that, and it gives you like the date that it was a approximate date that it was written, right? So it says Lehi descended from Manasseh. Amulek recounts the angelic command that he cared for Alma. The prayers of the righteous cause the people to be spared. Unrighteous lawyers and judges lay foundation of the destruction of the people about 82 BC. The way this is written, like that's what I was asking you. The sentence structure is weird.
That's what I was asking you downstairs, because it sounded like the way that's written is saying it happened in 82 BC.
The sentence structure is weird.
So did it happen in 82 BC, or is it saying it was written in 82 BC?
I don't know. This is what they're telling me.
All right, go ahead.
This is what I had a conversation with someone. They're telling me, they're saying that it was written during this time period. Not that it happened during this time.
I'm going to Google. You go have the conversation.
All right, go ahead.
I'm gonna do some research. Go
All
ahead.
right, so this is verse 1. Now, these are the words which Amalek preached unto the people who were in the land of Ammonia, saying, I am Amalek. I am the son of Gedonah, who was a son of Ishmael. This is not Ishmael in terms of Abraham Ishmael. It's a different one. Well, I don't know who this is. But anyway, who was a descendant of Amminadai. I'm going to read this again. Ishmael, who was a descendant of Amminadai, and it was the same Amminadai who interpreted the writing which was upon the wall of the temple, which was written by the finger of God. This is what they say. And Amminadai was a descendant of Nephi, who was the son of Lehi, who came out of the land of Jerusalem, who was a descendant of Manasseh, who was the son of Joseph, who was sold into Egypt by the hands of his brethren. Of course, you're probably going to know where I'm about to go. Who is Amminadai? Who is the same Amminadai that interpreted the writing on the wall of the temple, which was written by the finger of God, and what they say?
You go ahead and give your answer, and I'm gonna go ahead and get my research afterwards.
Give my answer?
Yeah, give your answer because I got some research.
I'm not even gonna give my answer. I'm gonna go to the Book of Mormon to see what they say about it. Who's Amminadai? Who's Amminadai? I'm on the website, and it says writing is in blue. I click writing. It takes me to Daniel 5:16. Daniel 5:16. And I have heard of you, that you can make interpretations and dissolve doubts. Now, if you can read the writing and make known to me the interpretation thereof, you shall be clothed with scarlet and have a chain about your neck and shall be the third ruler in the kingdom. Hold on, man. Hold on. Matter of fact, let me go to Daniel 5. Let me see, because maybe I'm wrong. Let me see something about this. Let me see Daniel 5. We're going to verse 16. Let me see something. Let me see. Daniel 5, starting at verse 3. Then they brought the gold vessels that had been taken from the temple of the house of Elohim, which had been in Jerusalem. And the sovereign and his great men, his wives and his concubines, drank out of them. They drank wine and praised the Elohim of gold and silver and bronze and iron and wood and stone. At that moment, the fingers of a man's hand appeared and wrote opposite the lampstand on the plaster of the wall of the sovereign's palace, and the sovereign saw the part of the hand that wrote. Then the sovereign's color changed, and his thoughts alarmed him, so that the joints of his hips were loosened and his knees knocked against each other. The sovereign called loudly to bring the astrologers, the Kaddasim, and the diviners, and the sovereign spoke and said to the wise ones of Babal, whoever reads this writing and shows me the interpretation is to be robed in purple and a chain of gold around his neck, and he shall be the third ruler in the reign. Now, I'm going to go down to verse 11. There is a man in your reign in whom the Ruach of the set-apart Elohim, and in the days of your father, light and understanding and wisdom, like the wisdom of the Elohim, were found in him. And sovereign Nebuchadnezzar, your father, the sovereign, made him chief of the magicians, astrologers, the Kaddasim, and diviners, because an excellent Ruach knowledge and understanding, interpreting dreams and explaining riddles and solving difficult problems were found in this Daniel, whose the sovereign named him Belshazzar. Now let Daniel be called and let him show the interpretation.
You still reading?
I think you get the point.
Oh no, I ain't got the point yet.
Oh, they ain't got a point yet?
No, they ain't got the point yet. So
I gotta make it more clear.
I got you.
Okay.
So I did my little research.
Okay, that's fine.
Okay.
Go ahead.
So first, I want to start with the events of Daniel.
Maybe you might have to. Maybe you.
Right.
Maybe you help him out. You help.
Yeah, I'm gonna help him out because
I got you.
who was the king that Daniel was talking to? Who was the one that basically saw the writing and pooped himself? What was his name?
It was. Belshazzar.
Belshazzar. Okay, cool. The name was Belshazzar. This is the Encyclopedia of Britannica. This is actually talking about the Babylonian Empire as a whole.
Wait a minute.
Go ahead.
Daniel had the same name as the king?
No. Well, yeah, he had the same name. He was given the name Belshazzar.
That's crazy. I didn't know that.
Yeah, but Daniel was given that name.
Yeah. Daniel was called Belshazzar.
So,
but the other king's name was named Belshazzar.
yeah, but watch this. Nebuchadnezzar undertook a vast program of rebuilding and fortification in Babylon.
Fortification.
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 Yeah, you get it.
That's crazy.
Labor. Shut up. Labor gains from many lands, increasing the mixture of the population. Nebuchadnezzar's most important successor, Nabonidus, campaigned in Arabia for a decade, leaving his son Belshazzar as regent in Babylon. Nabonidus failed to protect the property rights or religious traditions of the capital and attempted building operations elsewhere to rival Marduk's great temple of Esagila. When the Persian Achaemenid dynasty under Cyrus II attacked in 539 BC, the capital fell almost without resistance. A legend accepted by some as historical that Cyrus achieved entry by diverting the Euphrates is unconfirmed in contemporary sources. Now, the writing on the wall, if you keep reading that chapter, Daniel got that writing on the wall, saw that writing on the wall, interpreted it, and the next day is when Cyrus came in Babylon and took it without resistance. Encyclopedia Britannica and every historical book or source I looked at very quickly said this event happened in 539 BCE. Now, the guy told you it was written in 89 BC, right?
It says about 82 BC.
But that's what the guy told you, that it was written in that time period?
I guess this is what it
That
says.
ain't what the research says.
Wait a minute. What?
So the research says the events in the Book of Alma took place between approximately 91 BC and 52 BC, covering a 39-year period in the Book of Mormon.
Wait a minute.
So they're trying to say that the same guy who interpreted the writing on the wall.
No. That's not what they're saying.
That is literally what they're saying.
Wait, is that what they're saying?
They're saying all those events in the Book of Alma took place between 91 BC and 52 BC.
The math ain't mathing.
Now you understand why I was just waiting here, just bursting at the seams. I couldn't. Do you understand why I'm saying this is funny? I'm not making fun of people. I'm just saying this doesn't make sense. But again, it doesn't make sense if you know something. If you don't know something, yeah, you could easily get this and be like, why are you laughing? You're not supposed to be. But when you know something, you have certain information, you can hear something like they don't know what they're talking about. They're just wrong on this. That's a 400-year difference minimum. It's not possible.
I am going to go here real quick.
Let me add one other thing.
You can go ahead.
I want to add one other thing. So the Book of Daniel as we know it, right? Because Daniel actually had multiple writings. Everything, so the writing about the visions and then the narrative, those things were not written all together. They were, written kind of separate, and then they were compiled together. Same thing with Bel and the Dragon and all these other books of Daniel that might not be in the Masoretic text, but they were all compiled together at a later time. Mm-hmm. That compilation probably took place about 100 BC. So the Book of Daniel as we know it was actually completely finished before all these events in Nephi were supposed to, in Alma were supposed to take place.
Are you done? Are you finished?
I could keep going, but I'm gonna let you go.
All right. So you saw what he did, right? Now, that is some extensive research in terms of dates and everything like that. Got you. I'm not knocking that because that's actually better. I would say it's more efficient, right? There's an appreciation to the scholarly aspect of that. I'm gonna tell you how my mind works. I'm about to show you how my mind works. Amanati was a descendant of Ishmael, who was a descendant of Nephi, who was a descendant of Lehi from the tribe of Manasseh. This is the same Amanati that that interpreted the writing on the wall of the temple, which was written by the finger of God. That's what this says. When I go to writing, it takes me to Daniel 5:16. So I'm like, hold on now. Is Amanati Daniel? Is this what they saying?
Either that or they
Hold on, time out. I'm telling you how my mind works. So I'm like, wait a minute. If I'm just reading it at face value, the Book of Mormon is telling me that Amanati is the same one that went to the writing on the wall and interpreted it, and then they took me to the Book of Daniel. They're saying, oh, snap. Didn't Daniel interpret the writing on the wall? Daniel is Amanati.
400 years later.
But Amanati is from the tribe of Manasseh. This is Daniel 1 and 1. No, excuse me. This is Daniel 1 and 6. Now, among these were the children of Judah. Daniel.
They don't know. Whoever wrote it doesn't know. They were missing stuff. I mean, there's so many.
Now, here's the thing. I just told you how my mind works. So I bring this up. I said, hold on. First I got the name wrong. I kept saying Amenadi. Actually, it is Amenadi. I kept getting it wrong. I kept saying Amanati. That's what I kept saying. It's Amenadi. Hey, my man. Anyway, yeah, it's Amenadi. It's not Amanati. It's Amenadi, how they pronounce it, right? So I said, hold on. Alma tells me that Amenadi did this, but then it takes me to Daniel. So are you telling me that Daniel is Amenadi? They said no. All the Book of Mormon is doing is pointing to a place where this happened similarly. So I'm like, oh, so you're telling me, not the Book of Mormon, you're telling me that this event happened separately in a different place, but it's referring to the Book of Daniel to say, hey, the same thing that happened in the Book of Daniel is the same thing that happened to Amenadi. Okay, cool. Well, where can I read that story at? Oh, well, we ain't got that story. We don't know where it is. Ain't that convenient? Ain't that convenient? We had 116 missing pages. Ain't that convenient? Ain't that convenient that you?
Listen, there are books. I will say this much: there are books.
I get it.
That because of their age, they are missing substantial amounts of information. I will give them that. However.
What language was the Book of Mormon written in?
So that, and then also the pristine way the Book of Mormon was discovered, claimed to be discovered, makes it very difficult to believe.
It was the same way that the Quran was given. It was given by an angel.
No. The Quran was given.
The same thing with the Book of Mormon too.
The Book of Mormon was found.
No, the Book of Mormon was given.
Well, that makes it even worse if they're missing pages. How are you missing pages from something that was given to you? But
Hold on, let me make sure.
yeah, I'm pretty sure it was found. But if I'm not mistaken, because I have I'm gonna tell you all the problems with even the way it was found.
Yes.
It was what, found or given?
According to the beliefs of Mormonism, the Book of Mormon was given by Joseph Smith by the angel named Moroni
Oh yeah, that's right, Moroni. I forgot about
in
Moroni.
1823.
1823. Okay, cool.
This
So-
angel appeared to Smith to reveal the existence of golden plates containing an ancient record and guided him to translate the text into English. What was the text of the golden plates? The
How-
golden the hold
Go
on.
ahead.
Hold on. The golden plates were Reformed Egyptian.
Okay. So now let's start here.
The final text of the Book of Mormon was produced in English in the language of the 19th century as Joseph Smith dedicated to the scribes.
Okay, so here's a question. We got multiple questions. Okay, number one.
Reformed Egyptian.
An angel named Moroni gave him this book, right?
Basically, moron I.
Come on. Why are you doing this? Look, all right.
We not even gonna talk about Sam.
Oh yeah, dude in the book named Sam. You got
These are Hebrew people, bro.
Hebrew Native Americans.
Named Sam.
This dude is named Sam.
He's the third son of Lehi. Anyway, go ahead.
What's your name?
Sam.
Yirmiyahu. What's your name? I'm trying not to name names that we got.
Zedekiah.
Yeah, what's your name? Zedekiah. What's your name? Moshe. What's your name? Levi. What's your name? Sam.
Anyway,
Sam I am.
Reformed Egyptian, Moroni.
Okay. But let's stick with the
I don't
Moroni
think they
here.
pronounce it Moroni.
Let's pronounce. Well, I would assume. Yeah, Moroni, whatever. What does that actually mean in Hebrew?
Moron I? Let me see.
Well, first of all, if it ends in E, it's got to be possession. So,
Yeah.
what is Moroni? What is moron in Hebrew? What is that? Is that a word?
The name Moroni is not a standard Hebrew name, though it has roots in the Hebrew and other Semitic languages. Can be interpreted my teacher or my guide.
Moray? They got Moroni from Moray. That would be.
Where did N come from? Where's the noon?
Hold on.
Where's the noon?
Hold on. Let me. Because I'm pretty sure it would. I'm pretty sure it would not be Moroni. Let me look up my teacher in Hebrew. Mori.
Once again,
Mori or Marathi if it's a female.
where is the noon? Where's the N?
Yeah, that's something like this. There's no.
Moron I.
Yeah, there's no.
Moroni.
There's no noon in the name. There's no N. So there's no way. That's the first problem, right? Again, somebody who doesn't know something, but and it would make sense that all these mistakes would happen in the 1800s. That would make perfect sense because they didn't have the internet. I can just easily go to Google and fact check and see this stuff is wrong. But if you don't have access to that because it's the 1800s, and if you need information, you probably didn't even have encyclopedias the way you have them today. I'm not saying they didn't exist, but people didn't have access to information like they do now. So it was much easier to get a little bit of information and run with it and be completely wrong and never find out in your life. That was a lot easier back then. So that's the first problem, is the name, okay? Then he gives him golden tablets, right?
Some golden tablets.
Okay, cool. But when you read the Book of Mormon, the way it reads like it's written like any other book in the Bible, right? Would you say that's how it reads?
I don't know. I've only read those two. Let's just say, couple of verses. I didn't read no chapter.
Well, I'm just saying, when I listen to it, it sounds like it's being read like somebody wrote it in the Bible.
I feel like it's trying.
Like it's trying to emulate the Bible.
It's trying to.
But the Bible was written by men, and some of these books, we don't even know who wrote them. We have no idea who wrote Judges, 1st and 2nd Kings, Chronicles. Well, we have ideas who wrote Chronicles. A lot of people think it's Ezra. I think Ezra had a hand in it. I don't know if he actually did it.
We don't know who wrote Malachi.
We don't know who wrote, Malachi.
No, bro. Who's Malachi the son of?
That's true. That is true.
It just says my messenger. Malachi. It just says my messenger.
Yeah, that is very true. We actually don't know.
Malachi is not the son of anybody. It's just Malachi.
Yeah. I mean, there's a lot of books we don't know who wrote them. Song of Solomon. We think Solomon wrote it. But
that's an easy one.
But no, because
it's called Song of Songs.
So it's called Song of Songs, but the reason why it's called Song of Solomon is because it's in a tradition of Solomon.
No, it makes sense.
It's not. It doesn't mean Solomon wrote it.
That's true.
So we don't know.
Yeah.
There's a lot of stuff in the Bible we don't know, and then on top of that, a lot of those books were edited by scribes. And edited doesn't mean they were changed. It just means that, when I say changed, it doesn't mean that they were completely altered or created or something. That's not what it means. It just means that either books were combined and then things might have been added, like intro verses. Like if you read a lot of the prophets, if you notice in the beginning of a chapter, it might say, this is an oracle of Isaiah against Egypt. Isaiah didn't write that part. A scribe wrote that. That is an edit. So we don't know who wrote those things. We don't know who combined a lot of this stuff. We don't know a lot of things about the Bible. But somehow we get to the Book of Mormon. And this book that is given by an angel somehow has the same writing style as all the books in the Bible. That don't make sense. But again, that might be some people might say that's a high level question. Okay. I give you that. All right, cool. Refined Egyptian. Refined from what? Refined to what? When you refine something, that generally means you are either making it better or you're making some sort of improvement. How do you refine a language? That's like saying, hey, I'm going to give you this book. It's written in refined English. How?
That's an easy one. We go from the Queen's language to the King's language. Or we go from the Queen's language to the English that we say now. Refined.
So first, Nathaniel Shalom is going to get you for that accent. That was terrible. Second of all, who is speaking refined Egyptian? Who's speaking it? Who spoke it?
Moroni.
Right. So
Moroni.
it's written in a language we're going to assume is a dialect that nobody's ever spoken. Okay, cool. Next question. If Yahuwah is the Elohim of the Hebrews, wouldn't it make more sense to get this in Hebrew? Or even a language that nobody knows?
Wait a minute. Hold on.
Wouldn't you think that would make more sense, though? Than Egyptian? That's like saying, hey, we found a new prophet. We found another letter from the apostle Paul. We just got a new letter. We just found it. It's written in Sanskrit. Why is it written in Indian? That doesn't make any sense. Why is it written in Indian? That doesn't make... Why? We just found a letter from Yahushua himself. He wrote it. It's Japanese. As soon as it starts... Ohio gozaimasu. As soon as it starts out.
Konnichiwa.
First thing.
Hey.
Watashi wa Jesus desu. Like, that doesn't make any sense. What are we talking about? Why Egyptian? This doesn't make sense. So that's what I mean. It's just a lot of things that just don't make sense. It's not making fun of people. It's just it don't make sense when you when you look at it. It doesn't make sense. And for some reason, there's a lot of Israelites that swear by this book.
They do.
Swear by it.
They do.
You can show them the contradiction. That and the other one. What's the other one that Mormons use a lot?
Sacred Scrolls.
The Sacred Scrolls or something like that. I can't remember. But the crazy thing about it is the guy who wrote the book literally is on video saying, I made this book up to deceive Mormons, to show you all how easy you are to be tricked. He literally is on camera admitting it. And people are still like, well, he's a white man. I don't trust him. He's telling you he wrote it.
Sealed portions.
The sealed portions. Yeah, he would just swear by the sealed portions. You're like, the guy literally says he made the book up. Well, he's white. He's just lying to us.
So it says, I got a whole insert on the sealed portions.
Yeah.
Sealed portions, it says, the sealed portion says it was written less than 100. I think you sent this to me. It was written 100 years ago by a guy named Christopher Nye. He admitted on the video that he wrote the book to deceive Mormons. He actually did. And he was one until, and he was a Mormon until the day that he was unalive. It's not a translation. English is the original language. It claims to be the final testament of Yahusha that in and of itself makes it questionable, and not because of the name Yahusha. The Old and the New Testaments never call themselves by those titles or make themselves distinct eternally. We do that. So the fact that the book separates itself shows that it was written with Christian ideas already prevalent. The book says the Messiah married Mary Magdalene. No scripture supports that. And he did stuff with other women too. But Mary was cool with it because she loved them. She loved them like wives because he loved them like other wives.
So he was a freak?
No. Wait, hold on. Well,
it doesn't say he married the other women. It just says he loved them.
Yeah, it does say he committed fornication. Dang, bro.
How do y'all don't be reading these books before y'all believe them?
The books make critical errors regarding the Pesach. It states that the death angel killed the firstborn of every Israelite. So every year, according to the sealed portions, on the 4th, 15th of Abib, we commemorate the Most High, our Elohim, slaughtering the firstborn of us. Yeah. You know, I had another conversation about people were asking. This is a segue.
I love y'all. I'm just.
People were asking, could Yahusha have sinned?
Okay, so when they ask that question, are they asking it historically? Or are they asking it like, if he sinned, could he still have been the atoning sacrifice?
No. They're asking, did he have the ability to sin?
Oh, he had the ability.
Some people are saying no.
Based on what?
I guess they were saying based upon him. Now, these are Christians.
That makes sense.
Based upon him being perfect, him not desiring to do his own will or his desire, like he had no inclination of wanting to sin.
That doesn't mean he had any ability. So let's look at this. Let's take him out of the picture for a second, and let's look at just regular people. Mm-hmm. There are regular people who have no desire to do certain sins, right? So I would say the average person walking down the street who doesn't have any kind of issues and has no problems with anybody, has no desire to just murder somebody. That doesn't mean they don't have the ability to do so. They just don't want to. It's not in their heart. Me and you are straight men.
Absolutely.
Neither one of us have any desire to do anything with another man.
Correct.
But we know that in our walk, we're not allowed to do that.
Correct.
Could we? Yes, we just don't want to.
No, we couldn't.
Well, yes. I'm saying.
Let's get that straight.
Yeah. I'm saying.
I got what you're saying.
Yeah.
I'm being facetious.
Yeah. So
I get you.
Yeah. So him not having a desire to do something doesn't remove the ability.
Correct.
Right.
Yeah, so they were.
Yeah, I mean,
so, yeah, it was.
yeah.
It was, the extreme aspect, but it was just like, well, if one person was saying, if he didn't have the ability to do it, that would make it like unfair for us. Because how are we supposed to follow his example and resist it?
If he couldn't do it, yeah.
If it was,
Yeah, and it does say that he also he understands us because he was
tested in every single way.
He was tested in every single way.
Right?
So that means he was
tested.
He was human.
Right. He was tested and he resisted.
Yeah, so I mean, even to the extent, like a lot of people, he married Mary Magdalene. No, he didn't. But the reality of it is, because he was a man, he probably did still have the hormones, because he didn't go through life, and it doesn't say that. So again, I would be assuming that he probably had the hormonal drive, but he just had perfect control and you never saw it. Mm-hmm. But his human flesh probably still had that desire because it's human flesh. So
that was a whole other thing we got up to.
Yeah.
How much time we got?
Yeah, well, we've been talking.
We got
but,
no time.
Yeah.
Well, that'll be the next topic.
Yeah.
Well, it might be the next topic. We'll figure it out. We'll see. Well, anyway.
Well, we'll just go to the next topic. I'm just saying that I don't. Even if he had that desire, I don't think it would have been like with us. Like with us, we had that desire. We gotta, you know what I'm saying? With him, it's probably just like, yep, here it is. All right, cool. And he just kept going on his mission. But that doesn't mean he didn't have the feeling of just his flesh.
I feel like he.
Now again, that's my opinion. I could be totally wrong.
I speak as a man.
Yeah, this is my opinion.
I speak as a man. This is according to what Shalom says, right? I believe the feeling was there.
Yeah.
But he resisted the feeling because it only makes sense because of two things. One, when he was at Gethsemane and he was sweating, that's a feeling. He was going through it.
Yeah.
He like, Father, if there is any other way,
Yeah.
please pass this cup from me. Father, at the same time, not my will. Like he had that urge that like something rose up, but then he suppressed it. The Ruach in him suppressed it because he was walking after the Ruach in terms of what Shaul says.
Yeah.
If you walk after the Ruach, you will not accomplish the lust of the flesh. That's not saying them things ain't gonna be there.
Yeah.
But you're not gonna accomplish them.
Yeah, so he put on it does it say, I think it does say he put on sinful flesh.
He put on sinful flesh.
So a lot of the desires, and I think some people too, again with modern Christianity in particular, but even Catholicism to some degree, when they think of the flesh, they think of the flesh being sinful. They think that it desires sin. Like, okay, what's the evil thing I can? That's not necessarily how the body works. It wants what it wants, and it wants what it wants, indiscriminate of whether it's sinful or not. It just wants what it wants. So
if I want to eat, I want to eat.
Yeah, I want to eat. So it's almost like with the tree of knowledge of good and evil. It says the knowledge of good and evil. There was some knowledge it gave that was good.
The knowledge.
It also gave a knowledge that was evil. The problem is the tree doesn't tell you which one is good and which one is evil. It just gives you knowledge, right? So now we're walking in that. We have this knowledge of good and this knowledge of evil.
This knowledge of knowing good.
Right? Well, knowledge of knowing good and evil. But our bodies doesn't know which is good and which is evil. It just knows it.
This experimental knowledge.
Yeah, we have no clue. So that's really what Torah and everything is, because it tells us what is good and what is evil. Because without it, we kind of got to make it up for ourselves.
You got to experiment.
You got to you don't have to experiment. You just got to figure it out for yourself.
Well, that's what I mean by experiment.
Yeah.
Like
so,
it's based upon experience. Like you're experiencing something rather than someone telling you.
But that's also open to interpretation. Because if you look at a lot of people, especially in the scholarly world, they'll look at the laws of Israel and they'll look at other laws. And see, these other people had similar laws. Not exactly. So like if you take Assyria, I think I showed y'all this one, right? Assyria also had a law, in scripture, where they frowned upon men with men, right? But here's the difference: the Bible condemns both the man and both men. Assyria only condemned the man that was doing the act, right? And the punishment is basically that the man that was doing the act, they took him, and the people that made the judgment call that he was guilty did the act on him, and then they castrated him. Now,
I remember that.
yeah, the text literally says that the act that he did shall be done upon him, and then he should be made a eunuch. So, I don't know how people who are practicing Torah feel about that. Like, I caught somebody in the act, so now I got to do the act to them. I don't know how y'all feel about that. I don't like that too much.
Wait a minute.
I don't like that too much.
Time out. How that work? If the person got caught in the act of doing it to somebody else, you saying the punishment is that he has to get it done to himself?
Yeah.
Well, isn't that two wrongs trying to make a right?
That's the punishment, Key.
All right, we gonna end it.
I don't have any. But well, I'm just saying.
I've been here too long.
I'm just saying. The point is, the point is.
All right, okay.
A lot of times you hear people say they have an idea of right and wrong, but they don't. You know what I'm saying?
I had another conversation.
Yeah, they have an idea of right and wrong, but the problem is
They ain't got no foundation.
we don't. Without some type of foundation, we're all just kind of figuring out. Judges, everybody's doing what's right in their own eyes.
Correct.
We know, right? We know there's a right. We know there's a wrong. What fits in that box? And the same thing is with the body. The body is not necessarily thinking about right or wrong. It just wants what it wants. Mm-hmm. That's kind of what it means by sinful flesh, because it's dysfunctional. It's missing the mark. It's not supposed to be like that.
It's corrupted.
It's corrupted.
Well, this was a great. Let's talk about it. We didn't talked about Druski. We didn't talked about One West. We didn't talked about the Book of Mormon. We didn't talked about Yahusha and if he
had desires,
had a ability.
Okay, yeah. Let's see. We've offended One West.
Yep.
We've offended Mormons.
Yep.
We've offended. Who did we not offend?
Atheists.
We didn't offend them,
I
but
think we're offending atheists right now just by having this conversation.
No, we didn't
Talking
offend.
about our Elohim.
Well, yeah, that's too sensitive. I mean, we didn't offend them, but we did say some things they're going to have some issues with too. Let's see, who else did we offend? Everybody. We offended everybody. So
okay, put it like this, right? Before we close out, the goal is not to intentionally offend.
That's not the goal, but
it's not the goal. It just happens. It just happens based upon conversations. Because once again, you got two individuals right here that the way his brain works is differently how my brain works. But we both are direct to the point. That's the best way to explain it.
Yeah,
ain't a lot of sugarcoat with us, bro. Ain't a lot of sugarcoating, bro. I'm just saying.
I mean, I can be tactful. I can be tactful.
He can be more tactful than I am.
It depends on the situation too.
He can be a lot more tactful than I am.
It depends on the situation.
I'm just like, bro, this don't make sense. You need to explain this to me. Like, anyway.
I mean, that's not rude. Oh, that's tactful.
I guess I don't know. I guess it's the directness of it. It's
the tactful has nothing to do with directness.
Well, I'm just saying, like, the tactful will be more the aspect of the way it's being presented, correct?
Yeah, but it has nothing to do with directness. I can present something very direct and be tactful. You're a jerk. That's not tactful.
That's a song, you know that?
I'm very much aware.
That's why I said I know.
Yeah, no, I got it. So you're a jerk. That's not tactful.
I know,
Okay.
but that's the song.
Right. Now, tactful. You are a very rude individual.
That's not tactful.
I'm not calling you a name.
You call me rude.
That's what you are, but I didn't call you a name.
You called me rude.
But that's not calling you a jerk.
You called me rude.
But you're being rude.
So you called me rude.
Yeah, but one thing is you're being. The other thing is, well, one thing is you're acting like. The other is a state of being.
So what if I said you're acting like a jerk?
That could be a little more tactful, yes.
You still called him a jerk.
No, you didn't. You said you're acting like a jerk. If what you said was really dumb, you're dumb. You see the difference? You see the difference?
Okay, so the English language is crazy. So you would have to.
All right, y'all. So this was a great episode.
All right, okay, yeah. But anyway, we appreciate y'all for stopping by, for being with us. This was a funny one.
Yeah.
Perfectly, this was definitely entertaining, but also educational for you all. Pray that, and all the things that, you know, these certain conversations that we do. Yes, sometimes we're going to encounter people that have a drastically different belief.
Now, sometimes it don't make no sense, but
sometimes it doesn't make any sense. And
you got to reason with them still.
yes. You have to reason with them in love. And not gonna lie, sometimes that can be difficult to do. If
Listen.
if one, you know, you are not desiring to have a conversation to get understanding with individuals and to operate in love the Mashiach with them. And the other thing is that people just ain't trying to listen to you. Sometimes people are not trying to listen. They just trying to preach. They don't want to have a reason. They don't want to reason with you. They don't want to have a conversation. They just want to talk. But anyway, just be tactful.
No, and that one, leave. That second one, just leave. Just leave. That second one, just leave. Let's just leave.
Well, yeah. That's something I'm working on.
I got that down packed.
He got it down packed. I'm working on just leaving conversations and just like, all right, I'm not having this conversation. I did it today.
Yeah, I don't waste.
I did it. I got it to a certain point. I was like, all right, I'm not having this conversation no more. But anyway,
After 5 seconds, I'm out.
yeah. After 7 minutes, I was out.
That is better. Go ahead.
I got to record it too. But anyway, so Yahuwah Barak you and guard you. Yahuwah make his face shine upon you and show favor unto you. Yahuwah lift up his face towards you and give you shalom. Thus you should put my name on the children of Yasharal, and I myself shall baruch them. In the name of Yahusha, we say shalom.
Shalom. Yeah.